All right, listen up because I'm about to save your blood pressure and possibly your sanity. Have you ever felt like someone's words or actions ruined your entire day? Maybe it was the slow walkers, the loud chewers, or the drama kings and queens. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the truth. You don't have to care, like, at all. Most people go through life believing that emotions just happen to them, like the weather, unpredictable and uncontrollable. But anger is a choice. No one has the power to control your emotions unless you let them. Your peace is yours, your happiness is yours, and no one has the right to take that away from you. By the end of this, you'll be so unbothered, people will think you're a Zen master with the confidence of a mafia boss. We are diving into transformative lessons that will help you stop reacting impulsively, let go of anger, and regain control over your emotions. Your journey to mastering your emotions begins now. Chapter 1: The Choice Point Discovery. This will blow your mind. Neurologically, the stress chemicals that create anger naturally flush from your system in exactly 90 seconds. We keep the anger alive by replaying the story and rehearsing our comeback. When you understand this 90-second rule, you realize you have a choice point. Between every trigger and your response, there is a microsecond of space. In that space lies your power to choose your response, and in your response lies your growth and freedom. Most people don't even know this space exists. You are not a remote control. The idea that other people have magical powers over your emotions is a myth. Nobody can push buttons you don't give them. When someone makes a sarcastic comment that sets you off, pause and ask, what is this really about? Those buttons are often unhealed wounds or value violations from your past. You become the operator of your own emotional state. Nobody gets to decide how you feel except you. Your emotions are your responsibility, not anyone else's. The world can throw challenges at you, but only you decide how to react. He who angers you controls you. Every time you react with anger, you're putting your emotions in someone else's hands, and that is weakness in disguise. Chapter 2: Detachment, the power of not caring. The first rule of never getting angry is to realize that most people aren't worth the energy it takes to be pissed off. You getting mad is like paying rent to live inside your own head. It makes zero sense. Expect people to be idiots. Accept this brutal truth. Most people are dumb, not in a mathematical sense, but in a way that lacks basic life awareness. They will cut you off in traffic. They will talk during movies. Expect it and plan for it. The moment you understand that stupidity is a universal constant, you stop being shocked by it. And when you're not shocked, you're not angry. Another key to freedom is letting go of the need to always be right. Clinging to our version of the truth is exhausting and unnecessary. Ask yourself, would you rather be right or would you rather be at peace? Often, our insistence on being right creates tension and fuels frustration. When you feel the urge to argue, pause and reflect on whether it is worth your energy. Your value isn't tied to winning debates. Stop letting others' words define your worth. Your worth isn't determined by someone else's opinion, it's intrinsic. When you rely on others to validate you, you hand them the power to control your emotions. Marcus Aurelius noted that it never ceases to amaze me we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. Care about people's approval, and you will be their prisoner. When someone says something annoying, picture them as a background character in your life. You are the main character. Treat them like background noise. Chapter 3: The Observer Self and Inner Stillness. True power, true strength is in silence. Silence is not weakness. It is the ultimate display of self-control. The loudest man in the room is often the weakest. While others react, the master observes. Your emotions are like clouds drifting across the sky, but you are the sky itself, unchanging, unmoved. You are the space in which the chaos happens. Inside you is an observer, a part that can watch your emotions without becoming them. You can notice, anger is arising, heart rate increasing. When you activate your observer, you are watching the emotion instead of being hijacked by it. This observer self gives you emotional immunity. When someone tries to provoke you, choose silence over argument. Silence speaks volumes. It says, "I won't let your behavior control me." The best answer to anger is silence, because anger often seeks fuel to keep burning, and silence starves it. When you choose not to engage, you break the cycle of negativity and protect your emotional well-being. Be so calm it confuses people. Make them question their existence. The person who can stay quiet holds all the power. Chapter 4. Mastering Detachment and Vulnerability. Anger is often a secondary emotion. It is the emotional equivalent of a security guard that shows up to protect feelings like hurt, fear, or shame. When you get angry because someone criticized you, you're often really hurt that they don't see your value. When you address the hurt instead of expressing the anger, a real shift happens. For instance, saying, "I felt forgotten," gets a very different response than, "You never remember anything." Vulnerability heals. Anger just creates more distance. Detach from drama. Drama is a choice, and you should always choose nah. People will try to suck you into their nonsense. They'll bait you and wait for you to react, because that's how they get power over you. But when you don't react, you win. When something bothers you, ask yourself, what am I attached to? What belief is being challenged? Your suffering is often caused not by the situation, but by the story you are telling yourself about what it means. When you are attached to approval, you become a slave to praise. Attachment is the invisible thread that connects your peace to something outside yourself. You can care about someone without carrying their emotions. Compassionate distance means maintaining emotional boundaries while keeping your heart open. You can witness someone's pain without absorbing it. Chapter 5. Building a Bulletproof Mindset. Train yourself to be unshakable through exposure therapy. Stand in a long line without sighing. Let someone cut you off in traffic and just nod like, "Ah, yes, another moron." The more you expose yourself to irritation without reacting, the more bulletproof you become. Every difficult person in your life is actually a personal trainer for your emotional fitness. That critical boss or passive-aggressive neighbor is training your resilience muscle and developing your boundary-setting skills. When difficult people become trainers, you stop being a victim and become a student. When facing criticism, reframe it as a tool for growth. Criticism can show you blind spots, challenge your thinking, or push you to improve. Ask yourself, is there truth in what they're saying? How can I use this feedback to improve? Practice gratitude to dissolve anger. You can't feel grateful and angry at the same time. When you feel anger starting to bubble up, shift your attention to what's going right. Think of 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude works like a mental reset button. It pulls you out of the spiral of negativity. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, they're gates with you as the gatekeeper. Saying yes to everyone else often means saying no to yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Be clear. I understand you're frustrated, but I don't respond well to yelling. You're honoring both the conversation and your emotional capacity. Chapter 6. The Art of Letting Go. Holding on to pain, anger, and resentment is like carrying the heavy weight on your back. They harm you far more than the person who caused your pain. The real strength lies not in holding on, but in letting go. The Buddha puts it beautifully. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Letting go means releasing the emotional weight that drags you down, freeing you from the control of the past. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I let this go? You need to know your emotional landmines by using the trigger map method. Your triggers aren't random. They follow patterns, often echoing past rejections or reminding you of a critical parent. When you map these patterns, you stop being surprised by your reactions. Knowledge is power. When you see the landmine, you can step around it instead of stepping on it. Life is too short to waste energy on nonsense. Stop letting others pull you into negativity. Their negativity isn't your responsibility. If someone hands you a bag of garbage, you don't have to take it and carry it with you all day. You can look at it, recognize it for what it is, and refuse to accept it. Here's the final word. Life is too short to waste energy on nonsense. You must protect your peace at all costs. You must be intentional about what you allow into your mind, because everything you entertain either adds to your peace or takes away from it. The goal isn't to suppress your feelings. It's to respond to challenges with clarity and strength. The person who never gets bothered isn't born different. They've just practiced these skills until they became automatic. Knowledge without practice is just entertainment. Start small. Pick one technique, maybe the observer self. Every time you feel triggered, say, "I notice emotion arising." When you master these techniques, you'll walk through life like a Zen master. You are in control of your emotions, your energy, and your peace. Make the decision. No one, no matter who they are or what they say, will ever take that power away from me again. Stay unbothered, my friends.